Do it live! Do it live!
And we are live at a completely different place.
Yeah, so massive shout out to the beach team.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Illuminodes,
Yes.
NOSTR pulling through for us, which is awesome. No, we really appreciate, all you guys in the chat.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Fabian, you're in there nice and early.
Yep.
Karen, Mark, super pilotish, so awesome. Really appreciate you guys coming every week. It is a bit surreal that you guys turn up and watch us every week, which is awesome. So yes, we're at the beach.
We are at the beach, yeah. So we're at the beach for a few days. And we've got a wobbly camera, I think.
Oh,
so,
that's my
yes,
fault.
Yep.
Don't touch the desk. Okay, yep.
And so we're down here. I'm getting some stuff done on my back, and so we've decided to hang at the beach and get my back sorted.
We need some recovery time for Nikki. So that's largely what this is about. Staying with friends. Friends are helping us out, which is awesome. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. And keeping us on the air, which is cool. So Sats, shout out. Mark, thank you. He says he loves our proof of work, and he got in early on the wallet of Satoshi. So that was pretty awesome. And then that was pretty much it. Sign up to the newsletter down below, because this week we will be giving away... at the end of the week, we'll be giving away a free call to somebody who is on our newsletter, if you would like one. Yeah. And this week's service, we're actually going to be, which is over there right now, we're going to be talking about our first affiliate on Geyser, where you can actually buy one of our calls. So we'll talk about that on the service when the flag gets over here.
Yes.
And we're going to do it.
Okay, all right. Just a quick run-up of meetups. Okay, if you're in Berlin tonight, we have the Bitcoin Berlin meetup at 6:30.
Mark says, is it raining? No,
it's not. It's a fan. That's okay. We're turning it off. Okay, so if you're up in Berlin, they have a meetup at 6:30 at the Bitcoin Centre. My First Bitcoin have an open home tomorrow from 2 till 7, and then they also hold the casual meetup in San Salvador as well, and that's from 6 p.m. in San Salvador. So remember that. Then we have got, on Wednesday, we have got the NOSTR Devs meetup in San Salvador, which is going to be at the Bitcoin Embassy.
Hosted by Illuminodes.
It's from 5 till 7. Well worth, if you're in San Salvador and you haven't been, well worth going and checking out. They also do amazing pupusas.
And if you don't have a Nostr account, go, because these guys will help you set up.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Then we, of course, got the Bitcoin Beach meetup. Sorry, the Bitcoin Beach meetup, is on Friday night at Pale Verde, as well as La Playa is on Saturday. So if you want to go and check out La Playa, you need to be in El Zonte, and they leave at 6 o'clock, and you do need to pre-book tickets. And then the Bitcoin Farmers Market's up in Berlin this weekend, so on Sunday. So if you haven't been up to Berlin, well worth going up and checking out this weekend as well. And then My First Bitcoin, of course, on the last Thursday of the month, have got their meetup, but it's already been this month, so it's not going to be until the end of August. And then we can't forget adopting BTC. Okay, adopting BTC is on the 16th and 17th of November. On the 15th, though, you need to, it's just a no-brainer, really. You need to come early. You need to stay later. On the 15th, you have the My First Bitcoin Unconference, and they also have a premiere movie night as well on the 15th. Then on the... So then the 16th, 17th is conference. On the 18th, it's go out and check out Bitcoin Beach. There will be buses going down to Bitcoin Beach. There will be also the Bitcoin Farmers Market that day, so make sure you get to go down and check that out. Then you need to come and explore Berlin. So come explore and experience Berlin after conference. Yeah. Well,
that was big shout out. But
yes.
There's so much to do here in El Salvador, so don't think you're going to be bored if you're coming. There's going to be a lot to do, and a lot of people learn about things to do, talking to people, and they plan to stay. They're like, man, I wish I'd booked longer. So if you're coming and you haven't booked extra time, recommended. And
I think they're even talking about doing, charter flights over to Honduras. So there's so much going to be coming out. So it's just a matter of making sure you put the time into staying here, and you're here to be available for all those events that are going to be happening.
Yes, and a good reason to go to Honduras, if you're wondering why, is because on the island Roatan, there is Prospera, which is a a special economic zone over there, and it's also a Bitcoin community, and they've got a Bitcoin center right on top of the hill, which you can go and check out. Yeah. And they're going to come and speak at the conference as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's really cool.
Great that you guys are asking questions in the chat. Keep that going. Yes. We will go over them when the little flaggy down here gets all the way over there to the Q&A section. We'll answer them, and there might even be a discount code floating around for the conference if you're looking for one as well. Also, Charlie and I, after this call, are going to have another call. We're going to try and go live.
We have tried the last couple of weeks.
Yep.
But this week we reckon it's going to happen, eh?
Yeah, it's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Okay, Monday. Worked from home. My back was twinging by that stage, to be honest, and so I was being a bit careful. We prepped for our live and newsletter. We then headed to the centre for our live, but we actually had a young student come in to learn about what we were doing and how to do the production desk, which was really amazing. So he sat with Tim and got some good advice from Tim as well as from James. And then after our live, James and Charlie were meant to do their live, but due to a couple of technical issues, it didn't go live. But what was awesome was that Joel, the young schoolboy, he actually did run that production of that. Yeah. Which is amazing. Yeah, so that's really cool.
He streamed himself in the past, and so it was really cool that he basically knew what he was doing. He's like, I know how to do OBS. This is fine. So that was really awesome. Yeah. Really appreciated that. And we would have had him on today's show as well, but we're doing it remote.
Yes. Yeah, just due to that situation. But that's all cool. All right. So then we just headed home. We didn't have a piece for dinner. We just headed home and crashed. So, Tuesday. You're on.
All right. We headed to the centre nice and early, and we did some work tidying up a few things. So I had to fix a shelf which has got all our networking gear on it. I still need to tidy up the network gear a bit more. Thank you to Steve for helping us out with that. We framed a new painting that was done by Patty Inglis, and she's the local artist who did have an amazing cafe, but unfortunately the cafe is closed now. She had to close it because she's moving. But she's created some great artwork for the centre, and we put that into Steve's room, and we've actually gone and put foam in behind it to help absorb the noise. Plus we made a dedicated panel, absorption panel, out of the last of the material. So the room is getting better and better in terms of usability, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Then we cleared the workshop because I made a bit of a mess making all that stuff, sawdust and everything everywhere. Getting it ready for Patty, because Patty Inglis is going to actually do her amazing art wall in the centre now. So when you come to Berlin, you can still find her art.
Yes.
It will be available at the centre. She's going to do a feature wall for it, which will be really cool.
Yeah. No, it's really good.
Then we headed home, and we worked from home for the rest of the afternoon.
Yeah.
So it was good.
Okay, yeah. Wednesday, pretty much worked from home. By the stage I was, not doing a heck of a lot. So, I feel like I've been lost.
Trying to stop Nikki from doing stuff is not easy.
And then we had Spanish classes in the afternoon. And what we on the Saturday before, we'd gone to Price Mart, and we'd got a big piece of beef. And we have learned, or we got told about a way of drying it, and so we have been dry aging our beef. So we had our first piece of the dry aging of the beef as a steak on Wednesday, and it was pretty good.
It was really good.
Yeah, really impressed.
So it's we've bought it from a different location because we can get a chilled primal cut, it's pros and cons.
Right, yeah.
So anyway, we're giving it a go.
We're giving it a go. Yep. Okay.
All right. We're going to go to service. Yes. All right. We're going to switch to our service, and we're going to show our new window, our new layout, service of the week. So.
You moved it.
I have. Yep, I have.
You have?
No, I haven't.
No, you haven't.
No. Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, look, Nikki's getting good. She's spotting all my mistakes on the thing now. That's good. Perfect. I haven't had to do it for so long because we've had other people helping us, which has been really good. So this week's service, if you were watching last week, we talked about Geyser, and Geyser launched a new service which allowed people to create affiliate links. And so those affiliate links allow people to come to us and say, hey, I really like your product, would like to promote it. Would you give me a percentage of anything that came through my link? And we're really interested in this because we think that the creator community, the word of mouth marketing is huge. And Bitcoin, people who are accepting Bitcoin, getting paid by people who are accepting Bitcoin, we think is a really cool idea. So we wanted to give this a go, and we've had Ash, which you can see on the screen there. That's their Twitter profile. Ash reached out to us and said, I'd love to do it. I said, awesome, this is exciting. We were super excited that someone reached out. And so there's a form there which shows you all the information that you actually need to put in. It's not too hard. It's basically an email and a Lightning address, and we put in the percentage. We're putting in 21%. So Ash is actually, as you'll see there, that he says that he's going to recycle all of the Satoshis that he earns through any of the sales back into other Geyser projects, which is really cool because it means that the money that's coming through Geyser will keep going through to Geyser, which is really exciting. So anybody who's been thinking about a 1 hour call, we've actually got that for available on there at the moment. And then any donations that come through, also they get split. So if anybody, you don't just have to do it with us. You can reach out to any project that you like on Geyser and ask them if they would like to do a service like this. Because we've also reached out to a couple of projects and asked them if we can have a link, and they're in the works. So that's really cool.
It is. I think it's quite exciting.
Do you have questions about how that is?
No, I don't.
No?
Actually, no. It makes it's pretty.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
Pretty
straightforward.
Yeah.
I think it's a great way, if you believe in a product, if you believe in a service, then it's actually a great way to go, yeah, I'm quite happy to do, I'd like to because you tell people anyway.
Yeah.
And this is just a way where you can get some sats. And what I like about with Ash is, he's going to be then redonating those back to any other Geyser projects that he likes the look of. So
which is awesome.
Yeah.
So, I know that sometimes referring people and stuff is awkward, but you may come across a project that you really like, and if you do, reach out to them, say, hey, we'd really like to promote this. A few sats thrown our way would motivate us. And it's funny because I feel like sometimes that thing's had a bad name through network marketing and stuff like that, but word of mouth marketing is super powerful. I guess when it's done with integrity, that's when it's at its best. So it's hot in here in case anyone's watching. Straight away.
Okay, right. Thursday, move on. Yep, Thursday. All right, so we actually headed to the town square early in the morning because every second Thursday in Berlin there is an organic market, or the local farmers from the cantons come and sell their goods. So it kind of can be hit and miss, but we always try and go and support them. So we went and got some bits and pieces, and then what we couldn't find from them, we just went to the normal Mercados and grabbed some bits and pieces. Still, none of them are accepting Bitcoin, even though we do ask, but it's still good to support them. And then we pretty much went home and went from home, and then we actually had Charlie round for dinner, I think, for the first time.
We did.
So Charlie came round for dinner.
That wasn't the first time. I'm sure we've had him around before.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, it was lovely catching up with Charlie, and we had a nice...
We had him around for dinner because he's helped us out with a few things lately, which has been really good. And we had the steak.
We did.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. That was really nice.
And I think there's a photo somewhere.
I do have the steak. Is that the night we cooked for him, or was it for us?
I don't know.
I think it might be for us. Yeah. All right.
Okay, Friday. Yep, it's all yours.
I want the last thing on the Saturday, but let's go.
Okay, you can do that.
James headed to the centre to help set up for Perry's first live hosting the Bitcoin Berlin SV English YouTube show. So every Friday, normally in the morning.
Yes, 8 o'clock.
Yep, the English one has been in the morning at 8 o'clock. Go and join the show. I think there's a subscription link down in the description. But you can now start to learn about Berlin. So we wanted to pass the torch for somebody else to start interviewing people in Berlin and sharing what's going on. And Pierre interviewed Napo, who is a local farmer here in Berlin, and he's sharing a whole heap of information about his family history and things that have happened in Berlin, which is quite interesting. And he's become very interested in the Bitcoin community that's up there because it's a new opportunity for the town and what he's doing as well.
Yeah, it was a great interview.
Yeah.
It was good. Yeah.
And he's also helping out with the new market garden, or not market garden, but the community garden that is underway at the moment.
Yeah. And also, Joel, the young school boy was also there doing the production desk, which is amazing. So, he's getting some really good skills.
Yeah, so it's great to have Joel on board. He's super eager to learn, and we're going to just keep building his skills, which will be really cool, which is also going to help if somebody wants to rent the podcast studio. He's going to be available to, you can pay him on an hourly rate to be there to help set up and shut it down. And next step is to start talking about post-processing. So jobs and skills are coming through the center, which is really exciting. Then afterwards, I didn't sit in the studio the whole time. I went out and just waited outside just in case anything happened. And there was some of Tim's banana cake out there. So I bought some of that. And I bought a couple of coconut waters to take home for Nikki to help her rehydrate. Then we had Spanish lessons in the afternoon. We're doing remote Spanish lessons with a local Salvadoran, which is really cool. And basically just had work in the afternoon. And then I left Nikki at home. I had to tie her down to the bed. And then, sounds bad, doesn't it? And then we went to Sam and Quinton's house. And Sam and Quinton have been putting on some community meals, which have been awesome. And this time it was curried chicken. We provided a huge pot of rice. They provided the curry and the chicken. And then other people...
Thank you.
Oh, whoa. Super Pilotish, Experiment, Blink worked, Phoenix didn't. Have a couple of pupusas. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. I'll be keen to hear about what happened with Phoenix. Sorry, that's going on in my mind. The meal was great. Others provided some other things around the meal as well, which was awesome. But the power went out. It was raining and the power went out, and basically we sat there with candle lights and ate dinner, which was really cool.
And I just laid on the bed at home.
Yeah, I took, and Sam and Quinton were very good. They put some of the curry in a container for Nikki to have when she got home, which was really good. Well, when I got home. Yeah.
So that was nice.
That was good. Saturday?
Yes, okay, Saturday. So we had an early morning call with friends who are residing in England at the moment, but they have spent a lot of time in Colombia. And we were just, had a good catch up with them, just talking about Colombia. James and I are going on an adventure, and Colombia may be one of those places we're looking at going to go and visit and see what it's about.
So many options.
I know, so many. So, so it was really great catching up with them. They've been touring all over the place, to be honest. So they've been checking out different places to live, different down in sort of Indonesia, that area. They've been around Europe.
There's a lot of people in the world looking for an interesting place to go and live. Visas, climates, food, lifestyle, cost of living, all of those things. So when you're here in El Salvador, you meet a lot of those people who are doing research. It's really interesting. Yeah,
so it was really good just catching up and just seeing how they're going. And then James headed into the centre again, and there's a new family in the centre, and the guy is interested, or he already does a Twitter space, and he is really interested in using either the podcast or one of the other rooms, and also using Joel, and he needs a space for 4 hours a day, Monday to Friday. So that's really exciting. So it's really cool to see people coming to the centre and actually being able to, we've been able to provide spaces for them, which is incredible. So James met them and talked to them. Then they headed down to the Gastronomica, which is the food in the park. And they had pulled pork sandwiches from Dave.
I didn't. I ate at Chippies.
You ate at Chippies, cool.
I did. I had Chippies and a gringa, which is basically like a flat burrito.
Yeah, okay.
One of my favourites.
Yeah, so they caught up and did all that and had lots of time. And lots of people turned up actually, so they had a really good afternoon just chatting. Then James came home and did some work. And then it's your turn.
Yeah, I want to talk about something that happened. On Saturday afternoon, Bukele's new coffee product, they turned on the ability to accept Bitcoin payments through their Shopify store, which was really cool. That was good to see. So they're using the BTC Pay server in their instance, which is awesome. I think it's great that it's a demonstration of even using Shopify, you can accept payments using Bitcoin, which I think is really powerful. And I'm really happy to see that they got that working, which is cool. And good stuff. BTC Pay server. BTC Pay servers, if you're curious about how to set that up for your own Shopify or WooCommerce store. Then go back a couple of weeks, I think, and we talked about a BTC Pay service, which will get you up and running pretty quickly and very cheap.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
Sunday.
Let's do it. We drove to El Zonte, so we got up casually. We didn't do our normal 4 a.m. thing.
No.
And we enjoyed our breakfast and did some packing, and we got Nicky down to the osteopath Manuel. He's German,
yes.
Yep. Living here at the moment. He travels a bit, but thankfully he's here at the moment, and I think Nicky got the timing just right.
Yeah.
So that was really good. And then I went in with Anut to the BTC Farmers Market just to catch up with people, and I bought a couple of things that were left. They were packing up. They're pretty much packed up for the day. But being the rainy season, even though it's the summer season, it was quite quiet. And I think it rained in the morning and rained. Yeah, so that put people off, but that's all good. Anyway, we ended up staying at Anut's place, and we're going to stay there for a few days while we get Nicky back all good again.
Yes.
Yeah, takes time. Fabian, thank you for talking about the aircon. Yeah, we'll get there.
Yep.
Right.
Okay, right.
We're going to answer your questions.
Yes.
Let's do it.
All right. So, FSV, hello amigos. Thank you. We appreciate you and having the space here to be able to do this, which is awesome. Then Karen, okay, so I was wondering what times holistic healthcare is available. I myself do Reiki, and I'm also looking for things like acupuncture, homeopaths type resources like that, excuse me. Okay, so there is apparently a very good acupuncture in town, is what I've heard. I did, I think it was when I hurt my back last time, and we were looking holistic care or homeopathic care. I haven't really heard or seen much of homeopathy, to be honest, here at all. Down at the beach, you do have a lot of massage therapists and things like that. I know there are a lot of people coming through who are talking about being holistic healthcare practitioners, and I do see that, but there hasn't been a huge amount set up. Manuel, who I go to for my back, he is, as James said, he's from Germany. He has trained, I think, up in Sweden. He does a lot of really good fascia work, massage, which I find amazing, and so he is really good. But it is an area that has got room for growth. Yeah, to be honest.
Yep. If you want to bring skills down, then there's definitely room. El Tunco has a number of practitioners in there as well. Yeah.
All right.
Mark Bitcoin, hola gringos, super Palish, hola amigos, Mark, hey, super Palish, hola amigos, Mark, hey, super Palish, at Mark Bitcoin. And is it raining? No, that was the fan. And without the fan, it's hot.
Okay, and the Eco's got the orange heart. Thank you. I love this. I love how you guys can chat, and it'll be amazing when you meet up finally.
Yep.
Okay, Karen, Nikki, hope you're getting good care for your back. That part of why I was asking about holistic practices there, including chiropractor, hoping you feel better. About back pain. Yep, understand about back pain. Great. No, thank you. Appreciate that. I am hoping. I'm feeling a little bit bruised today, to be honest. I'm feeling a little bit sore. Manuel did go really deep, and so I'm looking forward to hopefully tomorrow feeling a little bit better and things. But we're going to be here for a few days just to make sure we can get on top of it.
Yep. Donaldo, hey guys, nice to see you again.
Wow, we haven't seen you for ages.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I hope you're well.
And Super Pilotish, James is right. You'll always wish that you stayed longer to check out more stuff. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's so much stuff that even we still want to be checking out.
Yeah.
And it's just putting the time in. There's plenty of things to do. Donaldo, why did you not travel to Nashville conference? Didn't need to. No need. Yeah. No need. We've got adopting Bitcoin conference here in El Salvador coming up. That's the real signal.
Yes.
Yeah. No need. I mean, it's not our jam, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Market Bitcoin. I don't think I've ever heard what kind of work you guys do. Mrs. is wanting ideas on the kind of work that can be done. She's a construction estimator. I reckon she should be able to do that remotely. Yeah. So I don't know what a construction estimator is, but we definitely had like Owen from Beef Back Better. He did consultation for organic farming and methods, and he could assess a lot of things without having to always be there a lot. So I think he'd sometimes go and look on site if it was a bit tricky, but he did a lot of work remotely, which is really cool.
Yeah, and then us.
We do basically remote web work. So I work on a couple of e-commerce websites basically, and that's what pays the bills. So we do remote work. As long as we've got an internet connection, we're pretty good.
Yep. And then the rest of the time we are working on the Bitcoin adoption pretty much here. Yeah. So
and we've got
not that you're getting paid, but that's our volunteer work.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And we've got a lot of friends who do online remote work. So they either run their own like marketing funnels, or they may have remote work like we do in some form or field. To start a business here, that is an option, but you would want to have plenty of capital to get yourself through. We definitely know people who have started businesses, and it's their full-time gig, but they've got the ability to live here comfortably and do that and put the time in.
Yeah.
So there's lots of options.
Yeah. And Mark's going, I'm a builder, which I'm sure my skills could be used there, but how well do they pay for local work? Yeah. So pretty much if you're looking at a construction, if you're looking at one of the labouring guys, they're lucky if they get $10 a day. And then you have the more expensive construction places where they'll be charging pretty much US prices to build, and yet they'll still be paying their labourers $10 a day.
But I wouldn't look at it from that perspective. I would look at it of coming to El Salvador, learning a few things about how things are done, and then offering Western standards to do things.
Yes.
So at the moment, for example, laying a concrete foundation is very different here to how it would be in the West. One of the things that we notice is they don't have good waterproofing, so often water will come through the floor during the wet season or through walls during the wet season. And even basics, so if you're familiar with drainage and sewage systems, that would be super useful. And you could definitely find a opportunity to either consult or do actual job work, like finding a crew and putting it through to do the jobs to your standard.
Yeah. And I mean, there are some companies that have started, and there's one guy here who is Salvadoran, but he does live in the United States, or he's sort of between the two. So he is a builder, he's got a construction company in the US, and he has also got a construction company here in El Salvador. So people are doing that. So which is cool.
It's an option.
Yep.
It's opportunity. All right.
Yeah. All right.
Tornado, about the question from Karen. Yes, there are in El Salvador many clinics for acupuncture and homeopathic.
Perfect. Oh, that's good. I didn't know that. I just could, look on that.
Well, I mean, a lot of it's probably in Spanish, so we don't probably know too much. But
and then Mark also said it's good that Mrs. is asking these kinds of real-world questions about living in El Salvador. Absolutely. That's quite exciting.
Come and visit first.
Yeah, September. We're going to be here in September.
And then, get a feel for it first.
Yeah.
And then see how you go.
Then we've got Super Childish. Phoenix failed to process this LNURL link. Make sure it's valid.
Well, the Get Alby one should be. Something I didn't check. I didn't actually run a test transaction on it. So, I'll test it on my side. I have noticed that with Blink, it doesn't like it if I try to do too small a transaction, which is interesting. And then Market Bitcoin, have your friends been to El Salvador to check living conditions there? If so, why are they moving on?
Yeah. They spent 3 years living in Colombia, and they came up to El Salvador because of Bitcoin. They've spent quite a few months here in El Salvador. Then they had to go to England to catch up with family and do weddings and bits and pieces, and they've just been tiki-touring. They're sort of not committed, I suppose, wholly and solely to El Salvador. They're just, I suppose, looking at flag theory, looking at where's the right place. Affordability too is massive.
Yeah,
quality and things like that. So they haven't said no to El Salvador. They're just checking all the options.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely pros to El Salvador, like the community, the security, the Bitcoin standard. They're definitely big pros, and then there are other things at the expense of that, which might be the cost of certain costs in El Salvador, are probably higher than a lot of people expect, and the quality of life might be significantly different to what people are expecting as well. So you can go to another country which may have higher quality of living and lower costs, but the security might be quite low, and they don't have Bitcoin as legal tender, and it might not have the Bitcoin community. So these are things you got to weigh up when you go and look around and see what and you start to question what your priorities really are when you go and visit these things.
Absolutely. So and that's all the questions at this point,
which is awesome. Thank you. Man, it's going to be a fast one.
It is a fast one today.
Right, that's good.
Which is quite good because my back's
all right. Okay, looks like the connection's been a little bit choppy. Sorry about that. Hopefully it's all good. But we really appreciate you guys coming along. And please sign up to the newsletter down below. We are keeping as many of the events in there as possible, so you guys know. So sign up. Please like, share, subscribe, all of those good things. If you have any questions, please let us know. We will keep them for next week because we'll be here again and you can ask.
Yes, absolutely. We'll be 2 years next week.
Yes.
Week 104 will be 2 years we've been doing these lives. Pretty amazing. Yeah. So that's really awesome. And sorry, I'm feeling a little bit flat. Do apologise, but I'll get there. I'll be all good next week. I'm
just quickly checking the Rumble to make sure we didn't miss anyone, which is here. But it looks like it didn't start. That's weird. Okay, never mind.
All right. Okay, hey, thanks guys, and thank you for joining us, and we will see you next week. Should be home, back up in Berlin, and we won't be sweating so much.
The beach has been a big adjustment just coming down for a couple of days, as you can see.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
See ya, bye.